Welcome to our video on the topic of exposing the shocking secrets of Nike. Nike is one of the most recognizable and successful brands in the world, but behind the scenes, there are a number of secrets and controversies that paint a different picture of the company. In this video, we will explore Nike's history of scandals, controversies surrounding labor practices, and the company's treatment of employees. We will delve into the key issues such as the exploitations of factory workers, misleading advertising practices, and lack of transparency and corporate responsibility. By the end of this video, you will have a deeper understanding of the truth behind Nike's business practices and the importance of corporate accountability and transparency in the industry. Welcome to Business Insights, where we uncover the shocking truths behind some of the biggest corporations in the world. In this video, we'll be exposing the secrets of one of the most well-known companies in the industry. So, subscribe now and join us as we delve into the dark side of business. Let's begin. Nike's history of scandals. Nike has been involved in a number of scandals over the years, including accusations of exploiting factory workers, using child labor, and engaging in unethical business practices. These scandals have damaged Nike's reputation and led to calls for greater accountability and transparency from the company. In the past, Nike has been accused of using sweatshops in developing countries to produce their products, with workers being paid low wages and working in poor conditions. Additionally, there have been numerous reports of child labor being used in the productions of Nike products. The company has also been criticized for its lack of transparency in their supply chain and for failing to take responsibility for the actions of their subcontractors. Controversies surrounding labor practices. Nike has been criticized for poor labor practices in its factories, particularly in developing countries where the majority of its products are produced. The company has faced accusations of low wages, poor working conditions, and mistreatment of workers. These controversies have led to calls for Nike to improve its labor practices and ensure that workers are treated fairly. In the past, Nike has been accused of failing to provide workers with safe working conditions, failing to pay fair wages, and failing to ensure that workers have access to basic human rights. Additionally, there have been reports of workers being forced to work long hours and being subjected to verbal and physical abuse. Nike's treatment of employees. Nike has also been criticized for its treatment of employees. The company has been accused of fostering a toxic work environment, engaging in discriminations and mistreatment of workers, and failing to provide adequate benefits and support. These controversies have led to calls for Nike to improve its treatment of employees and create a more positive and inclusive work environment. In the past, Nike has been accused of creating a corporate culture that is hostile to employees, with reports of discriminations, harassment, and retaliation against employees who speak out against the company's practices. Additionally, the company has been criticized for failing to provide employees with fair wages, benefits, and opportunities for advancement. Exploitations of factory workers. One of the main controversies surrounding Nike is the exploitations of factory workers. The company has been criticized for low wages, poor working conditions, and mistreatment of workers in its factories, particularly in developing countries. These issues have led to calls for Nike to improve its labor practices and ensure that workers are treated fairly. Misleading advertising practices. Nike has also been criticized for its advertising practices. The company has been accused of using misleading and deceptive advertising, making false claims about its products, and engaging in practices that are harmful to customers. These issues have led to calls for Nike to improve its advertising practices and be more transparent and honest with consumers. Wrapping up, the truth about Nike's business practices has been exposed, and it's not pretty. From exploiting factory workers to misleading advertising, the company has a lot to answer for. However, the silver lining is that in the scrutiny on Nike highlights the importance of corporate accountability and transparency in the industry. Consumers and investors are demanding that companies take responsibility for their actions and be transparent about their practices. If Nike wants to maintain its positions as a leader in the industry, it needs to address these issues and make a commitment to ethical business practices. In short, a company's reputation is only as good as its actions.